Filing false insurance claims have been a big loss for companies over the years. Our column hawker sat down with SGI's communication consultant to find out more.
I'm joined by Michaela Solomon with SGI talking about the risks of potential insurance frauds and vehicle thefts in our area. Michaela, thank you so much for your time today. How's it going?
Great, thanks for having me.
So can you tell me a bit about these false insurance claims that you are seeing?
For sure. So I guess the one thing we want to highlight is to make sure everybody's being honest when they file an insurance claim. So what we're seeing with a bit of these examples is some instances where people misrepresented the truth or omitted important information in order to claim an insurance benefit that they weren't necessarily entitled to. So this is really important to SGI because March, I'll say, is Fraud Prevention Month, and it's important for us to prevent fraud because we want to make sure we're not paying out fraudulent claims. This helps us keep premium costs low for our honest customers.
And what would someone do if they reported something that they thought was true but ended up being false?
So one of the key concepts about insurance is representing the information to the best of your abilities in the utmost good faith. So making sure that you're being honest when you file a claim is really important. And if there's any information that you remember after the fact that you maybe omitted without meaning to, just make sure you come back to your the claim support staff that you're dealing with and making sure that you're fleshing out that information to the best of your abilities.
That makes sense. And Michaela, there's been a big rise across the country actually in vehicle thefts. How can people better protect their cars here?
Definitely. So one thing that we want to make sure that people aren't doing is leaving your vehicle, your keys in your vehicle. So I know we just came out of a bit of a cold snap in the winter. People want to warm up their cars before they hop into them, but it's really important to make sure you're doing that without the keys in the vehicle, making sure that you're doing the things you can do to protect yourself from a vehicle theft. So making sure you're starting the car with the remote starter, not leaving the keys in the car, making sure it's always locked before you head into the house, and parking in the garage if you can is always a helpful tip.
And going back to the insurance topic as well, have you seen a rise in these insurance scams?
So for SGI, I'll say the numbers that we reported in this release are fairly consistent with what we see year to year. We average roughly about $6 million in savings because of the work that our special investigations unit does to investigate suspected insurance frauds and catch them before they get paid out.
Thanks so much again for your time today, Michaela, and thanks again for the insight.
Yeah, anytime.